And I forgot to launch this thing again. You've got to be kidding me. Yay. I start streaming again and I already show my incompetence. Where the hell is it? There it is. Anyway, g'day. I am back. So yeah, let's get back to the chapter. I forgot what chapter it is. I don't know Roman numerals. Wherein the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers in ways of the city. I don't know why, but I think Don may have written that. Bleed.
자,
그러든가.
부선장이 필요한가?
G'day, Dan.
자, 나를 불렀나?
형님과 누님들을 위해
카니발 타임.
Sahara's directions led us to an empty lot in the back streets.
뭐야 여긴?
The hell is this now?
뒷골목은 보통 건물들이 뒤지게 빽빽하게
Yep,
마련인데
long time no see.
여기만 텅 비어 있어?
Luckily, my school is over now, so I'm gonna have a lot more time to stream. If I can be awake. If I sound dead at the moment, that's because I woke up 30 minutes ago. This ain't like the tight alleyways of the back streets I know. What is this huge empty lot doing here?
그러게.
Right, weird. It's rare to see this much real estate go unused in the back streets.
이유는 모르겠지만 건물에
There are a bunch of banners hanging by the buildings for some reason too. Yeah, thank you, Dan.
너희는 현장을
Miss Faust and I will converse with the person in charge. The rest of you assess the situation in the meantime.
그때까지
Don't start any trouble. Don't start too much trouble until we return. Fuck. I can't think of how to say the reply. I don't know how to reply in Don language, though. Yep.
여부가 있겠는가?
Thou mayest place thy faith in us. He's given up on the slim hope that we won't be getting into any trouble without him.
자, 그럼 안으로 들어가 볼까?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to, unfortunately. Yeah. After that one streamer I tried it, I have absolutely no hope in being able to do it. As well as I don't have enough brain power at the moment, as I'm still very much waking up. Well, let's see what we're working with here. The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tape, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. And when we reached out to grab the tape to duck under them, a voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks. Yeah, I mean, what? Alright, I'll be nice since It doesn't seem like you guys know what you're walking into. This place is off limits, okay? Off limits. Fixers only like me, the rest of the people gathered here, yeah. Fixers. Civvies aren't allowed on the operation grounds. Jeez, these P-Corp folks sure are sloppy with their perimeter jobs. I want to stab this dude. I'm gonna wait till Thursday, because isn't Walpurgis after this? And I think Walpurgis is after, I thought, well, I don't know when Walpurgis is, but I am currently saving up for it. Whenever it is.
잠깐만.
Wait, why did you look at me when you said that? Why? Damn it. Yeah, yeah, I think I'm more gonna be pulling on the Sung banner.
오, 우리를 걱정해 주는
Ooh,
것인가?
why the hell was I hearing a heartbeat? Oh, thou art concerned for our safety? No worries, good man, no worries.
아직
Fixers
해결사는
we may
아니지만
not be, but
정의를
the
위해 목숨을
dearest
불사하고
hearts of
싸운다는
justice
그
that
마음만큼은
burn in the
모두가
brought
내
us our
한
own. Forsooth, we are prepared to brave death to see it. The one time that her calling us fixers would be useful. Don Quixote confidently leaped over the warning tape and scrambled into the empty lot. Hey, do you have any idea what you're walking into?
자네들처럼
Hark, we arrived here on a contract, just as you. A contract for eradication of La Munchland. I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. The look on their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarm at our arrival was palpable. That's when one of the fixers, wielding a massive weapon, strode into our direction. You're here for the hunt, you twerps. He's a vampire hunter. Man, silly me, I forgot to do, maintenance for my weapons. I don't have time for this. I guess I'll, go take care of that now, bye. Oh, now the dude just fucks off. Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the new Dawn. All I know is she has a bunch of skills, and most of them focus on buffing, I'm pretty sure. The obnoxious guy who was clearly waiting over his head hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into conversation. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen. You're clearly not fixers from an association, obviously not anyone from an office or even passing renown. How many more of these small-time freeloaders are we gonna take on? Accept any more of them and we'd end up having to split an ton of that reward money between us. We're already getting these bloody tossers rearing for a fight, eh? Emblems on their garbs pants say Fang Hunt Office. Guessed it. Yet the Hunt Fang has to mean you. Ever seen one of them in person before? Prissy, seen what? Blood fiends. Blood fiends? Wait, we're dealing with a blood fiend in this contract? We were not informed of any blood fiends involvement in this contract. Would you look at that? No, nothing amateurs, all of them. It makes my blood boil to watch idiots like you rushing to nab a contract just for the promise of some cash and fame. Not only do you get in the way of the hunt, but you also really spoil the fun out of this activity. I'd say people like that would make the hunt more interesting. Get a bit of entertainment. Which sounds a bit sociopathic. Say what? What's so wrong with keeping your eyes on the money? Roger, I don't think they're here for just the contract reward. Yep. If this was... G'day, White Crane. If this was the old, Heathcliff, he would have already bashed his brains in. Yes, this case seems to hold a special meaning to them. Fools driven by their creed are much more troublesome to deal with than simpletons motivated by money. I'm doing okay. My school ended, so I'll have a lot more time to do streaming. I refuse to take part in an operation alongside these idiots who don't even know what it's like to deal with a blood fiends. Well, I mean, we killed a very bloody powerful one. Actually, no, he probably wasn't even powerful. He was probably one of the lower tiers. Shut the fuck up. As much as I would like to avoid entertaining you amateurs, I'll admit that curiosity has gotten the better of me. What did she just say to me? Shut the fuck up, you arrogant son of a... Oh, I actually guessed correctly. It was shut the flap hole, ugly. Yeah. Guess I didn't get it right. Oh, he didn't get it right either. Looks like you let a bit of your personal feelings bleed into that interpretation, but yours wasn't half bad. Anyway, this isn't our first blood fiend contract, you know. It may not be much, but we've dealt with them before. We don't deserve to get talked down to by you like that. Not one of us. At least when it comes to fighting. Great comeback, but I'm docking a few points for that hesitation there. So this ain't your first rodeo, then show me what you've got. Let's see if you're all talk or if your real hunt is ready for the real deal. Mate, are we really doing this here? Before we even set foot in there, I'm telling you, we've got permits and everything. Don't be a baby, I'll hurt you just enough to send you home crying, and we'll fucking kill you. Crying, will a broken arm and a leg convince you? You'll thank us on your train home. I'd say an arm and a leg are much more acceptable losses than getting your blood brutally drained by a blood fiend. Wow, how nice.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
Wait, now that I think about it, bringing blood fiends to this fight, bringing two fiends, probably wasn't the best idea, but meh.
대가리 딱 떼도
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그대로 두드려 패.
Concentrated fire, don't have a choice. I'll use that one, because I think the other one's a bit overkill. Jump to that. Go down to Train of Loyalty. Jump up to there.
더 날 뛰어보라고.
기원을 갖춘 놈 그대로 무너져라.
더 날 뛰어보라고. 그래, 결국
How
마지막까지
many
서
people do
있는
we
놈이
have to
이기는 거라니까.
kill?
잘 들어.
Okay, a few.
생각하지 말고 저 새끼
Not many,
죽은
though.
다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
바람구멍을 내주지. 별것도 아니네.
엎었습니다.
추잡하네. 추잡하네.
I just had a random thought. Is it possible to beat this entire game with only the base ids?
그래.
그대로 무너져.
결국
I wonder.
마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고. 저
Raise the
새끼
grass on
죽은 다음만
him.
생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
Dominant. I'll do recording. Yeah, okay. I'll switch him into the team then after this fight. Because I'm running with a bleed team that I've somewhat worked on.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
And I am aware of the idiocy of using a bleed team on vampires. Or blood fiends.
더 먹기 좋게 틀어졌지 않나.
꼭 찢어진 독같이 흐느적거리는구만.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈
And
거 생각하지
using an
말고
ego would be
저 새끼
overkill.
죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
I ran out of ammo, didn't even realize.
대답하지 마.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다. 해. 추잡하네.
별것도 아니네. 별것도 아니네.
Okay.
근육이 신나서 날뛰는 건 더
I think
해줄 거
that's the
없어?
first
난 이제
time
시작인데.
Ryoshu didn't get the MVP screen. Or MVE. I'll take him off and switch in Honglu. Nope. Wait. Actually, I'll use a support one, because... Where is that? Nope.
혈기분들이 또 날뛰고 실력 없으면 따라오지 마세요. 방해되거든요.
뭐야?
Gotta beat these guys. Well,
파이팅이다.
start off with concentrated fire. Scissoring. Go across the bottom there. Like that.
대가리 딱 떼도.
I find it funny how I have gotten this far into the game and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
Wait. Dawn, scissoring, which is kind of that. Drop into that, drop into that.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Okay. Wait, he's got a special passive?
마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까.
To be honest, I haven't actually read his passive. If the target is a blood fiend or a blood bag, deal. Ah,
죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더
Okay.
매서워지거든.
didn't even realize that. Thank you for saying that. I would have never known. Legitimately.
고귀하게. 하! 아차!
결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이
Same amount
이기는
of enemies as the
거라니까.
last time, so it shouldn't
잘
take that
들어.
long.
아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼
Here's
죽은
false
다음만 생각해.
conclusion,
그럼
followed
공격이 더 뺏어주거든.
by unalliterated business. On that. And then quick suppression. Go that way. Like bone crush.
썰거지는 잘라낸다.
찢어진 독같이 흐느적거리는
이런 건
Okay.
몽둥이가 약이지. 그대로 두드려 패.
It's probably not worth me using Heathcliff for that fight. Because the only bleed identity I have for him is that one.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든. 깡총. 씹는 맛이 있는데.
예쁘네, 네 피분수.
Is he gonna die the second he gets into rotation? Yes, he is. He's just dead.
내가 알아서 처리한다. 해파.
Your transformations, I must say, I haven't seen anything like that before.
야,
That's enough demonstration for you, you twit.
그래 이 정도.
Fine, I'll admit it. You've got some skill. Oh, they're not half bad. We always welcome cooperation with fellow fixers who can carry their own weight. Hey, I recognize you. I saw you guys both busily chatting away back at the warp train platform. My name's Romeo. Romero, by the way.
일행이 싸우는데.
You just sat there and watched as your men were out here fighting. Yeah, but the fight was already underway when I got here, and I doubt I would have been able to talk them out of it. Besides, I had a feeling that you guys could hold your own against my men. So please allow me to ask for your understanding. There's not bad blood, they're just on edge. Anyone would be after what they've gone through in their struggles against the blood fiends.
이해하오. 그런 존재를 사냥하다 보면 많은 것에 의구심을 품을 수밖에 없을 테니.
Okay. I thought the blood bag would have been one of the more easier things, but meh. You have my understanding. Hunting entities such as those who lie beyond the ken must plant seeds of doubt in many a heart of men. Right, and I do agree with them, at least partially. The bar set by P Corp and the Han Association of Fixers participating in the contract is shockingly low, indiscriminate. Just means more money for you when they eventually kick the bucket. Let them be the frontline fodder. I hate unbreakable coins. If I were up to me, I would have set a more strict set of conditions. His friendly smile faltered slightly as he gestured around the empty lot. Look around over there by the corner, just one look at who we're working with, and I'm sure it'll become plenty clear that they don't know what they're walking into. They should have hired only the professionals to take on this contract. Around the command tent, we all simultaneously turned to look at the large, noisy tent. The fuck? Why? that. Yeah, I think I am gonna hate them more. Because it seems a bit unbalanced. Whoa, chat. Is this for real? There was a huge brawl by the entrance. It's real amateur hour out here, guys. Can you believe that I gotta stand shoulder to shoulder with these idiots for the contract? I guess so. Also, I want to punch this dude in the face. Yep. It's a streamer. And I already hate this guy. He's using a fucking a fucking selfie stick. What the hell is he doing? In the distance, we saw some guy running his mouth and striking several exaggerated dramatic poses at a tiny device, most likely a camera of sorts. Yeah, I know we have all had experiences with someone like him in the past. That guy reminds me of a certain someone. He's taking pics like the guy Siegfried. He ran around for a while, visiting every corner of the empty lot, trying to get every detail in the frame, and suddenly started striding towards us in an annoyed jaunt. Yeah. That is kind of funny, considering they so far, from my first interpretation of this guy, is the exact opposite of him. And the exact kind of guy I want to punt in the face. Hello, yes, you guys over there. Hast thou called upon us? Do you mind loitering around somewhere else? Shoo, you're getting in the way of my viewers, guys. But you're literally in our way, guy. He whipped his attention back to the camera as though he was pretending not to hear what Ishmael said, or as if he decided that her words weren't worth entertaining. Oh, you want to know where I am? Hold on to your seats, guys. I'm in the back streets of District 16. Yep, where P-Corp is. Oh yeah, remember the P-Corp 150 vintage semi-permanent canned ice cream unboxing and review live stream? Yep, the very same. Unfortunately, I'm not here to eat ice cream today. I hold nothing but disdain for this guy so far. Words cannot describe the amount of utter irritation this guy provides me. So I've been meaning to ask, who's the fella even talking to? The heck he doing? I think he's talking to his viewers who are watching his show. It appears that he is the host of a certain show. It has been reported that in certain parts of the city, a new culture of live streaming via those cameras has been on the rise. What a rude piece of work. Don't let him get to you, kiddo. What a... Huh? What a glorious day it is. Behold, this man is Sir Camille of She Association West. His name honored as one of the top 10 up-and-coming new generation fixers, featured in the October issue of Fixer Monthly, one of the biggest 3 Fixer magazines of the city. I know we say this every single time, but most people don't know what... never mind. How are ye not heartbroken when I share this news of grave significance? Abroad the brass, has none of you heard mine words? Are you mad? Why would I listen to you when I can nap instead? Agree. Such hurrying over a winding path is often a cause of sickness on the road, Miss Don Quixote. The grumbling sinners clearly existed outside Don Quixote's words. She was breathing very heavily, a look of admiration clear on her face. I, for one, did not imagine, even in my wildest dreams, that I would be shaking hands with the Sir Camille in person. Of course, no one shook hands or exchanged the simplest pleasantries with Camille just yet. Yes, I would like to exchange a punch in the face with him.
근육이 신나서 날뛰는 건 더 해치울 거 없어? 난 이제 시작인데.
In which the tale of our young master is revealed. So embarrassing. Do you really have to clown around with this thing while on a mission? Huh. This is the person Ishmael's identity is based off, isn't it? Oh, hey, chat. Look, allow me to introduce you all to Paula from Jouet Association. She'll be my sidekick in this mission. Listen, I'm not your sidekick. As you can probably tell from her outfit, she's a fixer from the West, just like myself. The association sometimes sticks me with sidekicks like her against my will for some contracts, a joint operation, you know? Oh yeah, totally, I know. I do not like this guy. Which is kind of weird. It's kind of funny that I hate this guy, considering I'm currently streaming this on the internet, just like he's streaming. Shame when I work alone, but what can I do? Gotta do what the higher-ups tell me to do, you get it, right? Well, why don't you say hello to my dear fans anyway, Miss Paula? A collaboration of the She and Jouet, two formidable forces together as one? Yeah. Some stream, yeah. It's not that unrealistic. I think she's tearing up. Wait, great, glorious, grand, blood-pumping feeling this is. My heart pounds madly as though it's explosion. The great fixes I had previously seen only through recording, through books. Thine figures are here before me in flesh, conversing amongst right before mine eyes. Yeah, they really are. I've seen some of the people as well. I used to know a streamer fan, and man was he weird. Do you know most of the fixers here then, Don Quixote? If a fixer has been featured in one of the magazines I'm subscribed to, then verily. G'day. Right, if that's the case, and if everyone here really are fixers, then she probably knows who the person is too, right? The person who's been staring daggers at us the whole time. Then who are they over there? The group of fixers who's been staring at us for a while. Oh, allow me to observe. Huh. Our reputation already precedes us to be recognized by the mere sight. Haha. 'Tis a joyous conundrum indeed, eh? 'Tis precisely why I have said that I must graciously bow out from the special feature on the front page of a newspaper. I may have a few gaps in my knowledge. 'Tis probable that they are from a small outstart office that has only recently registered itself, but 'tis clear from the fashion in which they are garbed that they hail from the east. What a relief. Conveniently, I recognize who they are. Howday, thou recognize a fixer whom I do not, for truth? Don Quixote stared at Honglu in utter disbelief. Marcel, come on man, don't look back at them.
아까부터 계속
We have been looking at each other for a while. There is no reason for me to avert my eyes. It's not even a bet. They're definitely gonna die. Well, I hope the streamer definitely dies. I hope he dies, but almost everyone here is going to be cannon fodder. My man, that's what most people call a staring contest, and it's rude, so let's just... they're all walking towards us. Should we wave at them or something? Crap, then let's stare right back at them again. Let's at least not come off like we're scared of them confidence. You know they're within hearing distance, right? Yep, they're right in front of us. Bloody hell, don't look away, lad. Eyeball him right back. We don't want to get caught unaware if we're about to get into fisticuffs. Oi, lass, have you got business with us or what? Yeah, I mean, well, they quite literally have plot armor. They've got Dante. Oh, what's with the grin on your face? I don't know, I'd be introducing her to everyone so soon. Please say hello to my little sister, Gia... Kiction? Little sister. Little sister? I almost didn't recognize you. Last I remember you were only up to my knees in height. That's because I was a child the last time you saw me. And here I was wondering what kind of impressive shenanigans you were preparing for since you left home. This is it. Is this all you've managed to build of your own faction? They're not my faction, Chichun. Come on, let me introduce you to them. I'll start here. This is Mr. Gregor Salo. Yo. Don't be shy, my name's Forget it, I don't have time for this. Chichun gave us a side eye before dismissively cutting us off. Well, okay, hey, you know, you're not only grown in height, Jishin. I see that your circle of friends have been growing too, just like mine, are they new? To call them friends was a very optimistic assessment on Honglu's part, because the people who accompany Jishin were all threateningly sizing us up like they're getting ready for a fight. You don't really think they're my friends, do you? I'm still far behind my older siblings anyway. I see. Do you know that some of us are still out here looking for you? Oh, I do. Oh, that reminds me, I ran into Jia Han earlier and had a quick chat with him. Are you still in one piece after a run-in with that asshole? Still lucky as always, huh? Yeah, well, she may not be trying to kill him, but she's definitely being a dick. And if it wasn't Honglu's family member, I probably would be wishing death or bodily harm against her. I think back to the time we first met this Jiahan. His venomous words, that contemptuous look he gave us as we lay there dying, it seems that moment was embellished into a pleasant, quick chat in Honglu's memory. Either that or that interaction was what counts as a quick chat for Honglu. Shishun, I overheard that this is a pretty dangerous place. People have been going missing around here. Why don't you and your friends go find somewhere safe to take refuge in? I still can't tell if you're trying to be funny or if you're genuinely worried for me. Listen, my naive brother, I got here first, okay? earlier than you and your faction, I mean your second-rate minions. Is this making sense to you? I'm here to take part in the eradication of Munchland. I'm pretty sure I have better intel on this place than you do.
참가자라니?
You are?
시춘,
But why would you take part in something like this? It's not like you need the reward money, right? Yeah, you don't say, and I doubt you're in it for some pocket money either. Pocket money? Sure, whatever, pocket money.
그럼
There is it? Never mind, I don't think you or Miss Wei are going to answer the questions anyway. I'm gonna quickly grab a bottle of water from my mini fridge. What, did I wake up? I accidentally woke up one of my dogs. Yep. It's still very unrealistic as siblings. I'm a lot more argumentative with my siblings. I'll wake my sister up by throwing stuff at her. I think last time I woke up I threw a puppy at her. Not throw it, but I like tossed it. You know what? There is no way I can make that sound not evil. But I will say this one thing, the puppy was not injured, the puppy was happy, and the puppy immediately attacked my sister by licking her. And she was very angry and threatened me. And I think I threw a bottle at her after. Oh, then is it? Never mind. Oh yeah, I've already read that. Hong Lu's eyes momentarily diverted from his younger sister to her pose. There stood a long-haired man who looked towards Jiashun as though he was asking for her permission, then walked towards us and bowed deeply and politely towards Hong Lu.
안녕하십니까?
It has been a while, young master.
와,
Oh, it's been
오랜만이에요,
so
웨이씨.
long, Mr. Wei. Still escorting Jishun, I see. Yes, I'm still in her service despite my shortcomings. I'm worried that it might be too dangerous in there.
아, 시춘.
Yeah, why don't you tag along with Shishun? Let's do this together.
도련님은
Young master, I see that you are still yourself. Forget that, why don't you mind your own business and we go our separate ways? I can see that you and your friends have some real talent for attracting attention, but I prefer to keep things discreet. And I'd prefer it if you don't embarrass me in there by talking to me or something. If my sister said something like that to me, I'd purposely go out of my way to embarrass her.
그래.
Okay, if that's what you want, Jishun. I saw you'd have gotten better after all this time, brother. At least better than you were the last time we met.
그렇구나.
I see, I suppose I haven't improved at all in your eyes. You should consider yourself lucky that it's me who ran into. If it were one of the other older siblings, your pretty head would already be rolling in the dirt.
고마워.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Well, I mean, it may be rolling in the dirt for a little bit, but immortality beats all. Quite literally, if you can't kill the bastard, they're gonna keep coming after you. So Hong Lu would win in the end. Jishun scowled and opened her lips as though she was about to shoot something back. But she thought better of it, turned around and left with her pose. Well, they say it's rare to see a happy family than it is to see an unhappy one. Don't look at me, I never considered that dog my family. No, but that's not what What are you looking at? Do you expect me to back you up with something? Yeah, man.
여전히 변한 게
Just
없네.
like old times. So she was always that spiteful.
아니요.
Spiteful? No. Shion has always been, and still is, most amicable sibling. I must ask, for I have cause to believe that I may have misheard still. Was it?
맞아요.
Yes. That was, Yi-sung's expression grew into a complicated mess of emotions as he looked to the ground, unable to speak further. It looks like they're holding some kind of meeting in there.
이제 저희도 들어가야
We
할 것
should
같아요.
probably join them. I looked to where Sinclair was pointing at, and saw a line of fixers walking into what appeared to be a makeshift command tent. Yeah, we could. I completely forgot what P-Corp does. Wait, can I do any of my daily extractions, or have I already done them? Yeah, I've already done them. You know, should I use the this extraction thing for this? Considering, well, Purgus isn't for a while, should I use my extraction? What's your guys' opinion? I don't see anyone saying anything, so I'll use it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I didn't even get anything from it. Yep. Of the immensely devastating duel in which our fixers and the she battled.
달리자, 로신한테! 내가 나설 차례인가?
Who are those people accompanying Virgilius and Sharon? Damn, not even a wave back, huh? No, this wasn't about Virgilius. Don Quixote, who stood next to me, was very gradually starting to hyperventilate. You okay, Don? The gradual acceleration of her breathing pattern was first observed 10 minutes ago. I did not report it as it posed no real risk to her health and well-being. I know a good way of dealing with cases of hyperventilation. Yes, punch him in the throat. Yoshi regarded at me with a look that clearly and concisely communicated that she wanted to choke out Don Quixote. I tried my best to look away. You know what? I'm not sure if her idea is more violent or my idea is more violent. Because I mean, my idea is just to punch her in the throat, to punch a swift punch to the throat, and her idea is choking them out. I mean, mine probably has more health risks. Ishmael sighed and stepped forward, sensing that Ryoshi was about to do something we would rather not have her do. I can tell what's going on. The fix is from the Han Association. The Han Association is the one that oversees all Fixer Association's activities, right? I guess all the time Don went on impromptu Fixer-related lectures wasn't all for naught. I never paid much attention to it, but once you hear something enough times, those lectures just have a way of lodging themselves into your brain. A fixer from the Han Association. The name alone clearly carried a lot of weight among other fixers as the Han Association fixer dressed in pure white walked into the room. They all slowly turned around to gaze upon her. And the red gaze too? Holy crap, a colored fixer here?
주목을 받는 게
Hey, looks like we've got another superstar here. Virgilius, who we had somehow grown used to seeing after such a long period of traveling together, was commanding the attention of everyone in the room merely by his presence. That reminds me, I heard that Don Quixote was overwhelmed by sheer excitement when she saw Virgilius on the bus. I'm pretty sure she was on the verge of passing out from the sheer joy of going to work next to a colored fixer. I guess this was to be expected. Virgilius is one of the very few fixers who has the honor of getting bestowed with the title of a color.
다들 보고 있어?
Chat, are you seeing this? Crazy, right? Look, that's none other than the color fixer Red Gaze himself in the flesh. This is no mere backstreet operation we're talking about.
저는 내가
Remember my pre-game stream? I told you guys that this had to be more than an urban nightmare. Oh, you're worried about me, guys. Listen, all I need is your support too. I really hope Virgilius or someone else smashes his phone. Yeah, youngsters these days. Between Camelia's non-stop jabbering and Otis's tongue clicking in every 3-second interval, I wasn't sure which of the two was more annoyed. Of course they should. This is a operation. You would think there would be some secure and... What happens if one of the people in La Manchelan are watching this? I mean, seriously. Talk about a complete loss of surprise. Thankfully, we weren't the only ones getting increasingly tired of Camille's antics. From this point onwards, any recording activities, say for official work-related recordings, with prior authorization from the Hun Association, will no longer be permitted. Should you be caught in violation of this decree, the Fixer Association will levying penalty points to your name, and we who are gathered here must be well aware of the consequences of accumulation too many penalty points. Fixer license suspensions, grade demotion. Well, chat, seems like it is cool for tonight's show. I'll give them a yes, noble fight, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget about casting your votes for the Fixer I Want to Have Dinner With contest. It's close at midnight. The Hun Fixer Cold Declaration well upon coming and the fixers inside the command tent like a heavy layer of snow. They all begin hurriedly fidgeting with their devices, trying to put them back in their respective cases and bags. With that, the commotion inside the tent rapidly simmered down. Serve them right. You there, that woman with an apparently dislocated jaw appears to be a part of your group. Is she alright? The Fixer from the Han Association asked in the direction, glancing at Don Quixote. Yeah, I still haven't played Arena, so I don't know much about them. Don't mind her, it's easier that way. Motherfucker looks like the person that dislocated her jaw. And someone messaged my phone. I will be right back. I need to check that. Fuck. Was it a damn work thing? Did my work message me or something? That loud ass. Knowledge. Saturday. I don't want to work Saturday. And Saturday again. I don't want to work Saturday. Shit, I'm working 2 days in a row next week. Well, on the 26th, I am not going to be able to stream in the morning because I've got a work shift. Wait, is that a morning shift? Yeah, close enough to a morning shift. It's a midday shift. I still think those uniforms of P Corp look bloody weird. Soon a P Corp employee walked out in front of the fixers. Right, round 4 against La Mancheland, huh? I'm very glad to be here. Happy to see you all. Yeah, he looks bloody happy. For someone who's very happy to see us, he didn't so much as glance up in our direction. I am a Class 3 documentation staff member at P Corp Archival Department. My name is Alessio. And she is Hanlu. So head manager Cassetti here isn't here to brief us herself. Not willing to dirty her boots by coming all the way out here, I see. Right then, let's get on with the briefing, shall we? As we were all standing here and sharing our predictions, the employee who introduced himself as Alessi started leading us various images of the monitor. Mate, do we really gotta go through all this bureaucracy? The briefing is yet to even commence, however. Heathcliff let out a loud, exaggerated yawn that reproachfully glared of other fixers was so palpable that I could almost feel them prickling at my skin. I don't think they do. Those look like body-tight suits. Can we pretend we don't know him? It makes me feel like I'm something of a fixer myself sitting here with all these people. Executive manager, I have been a leader of numerous operations that would dwarf this little skirmish. Numerous? I wanted to hear more about her story, but the mission briefing was actually getting started. I decided to table my curiosity until later. La Mancheland, which will manifest here within the next 3 hours, is an officially recognized urban nightmare class phenomenon. Dozens of fixers have attempted and failed to take it down. We will now hold a moment of silence for its victims. Don Quixote merely cast her gaze downwards with a graven expression, but I could count why. With my 10 fingers, the number of people who seemed to be taking it even remotely seriously. Yep. Some fixers muttered amongst themselves that the victims were just fools who were in over their heads. Even I, with my endless naivety, could tell that none of the fixers really considered them victims. A light buzz of murmuring and idle chatter filled the silence, a look of boredom clear on the fixer's face, as though they heard it all before. Now, if I may direct your attention to the screen. Yep, Heathcliff is just sitting in the corner. Sinclair seems to be annoyed at him sleeping. That dude seems to be talking to Hong Lu. That dude's fixing his hair or playing with it. And Charon's just sitting there. Several low resolution images begin to load on the display. It is speculated that the origin of La Mancheland dates back 200 years in the past by a conservative estimate. Well, yeah, I'd have to agree. You and me both, Atlas. You and me both. I do not like the city I live in. This has been determined based on photographic evidence and the level of decay of the buildings and materials retrieved and analyzed from the phenomenon. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree. But to be fair, I think Heathcliff kind of has the right to sleep through a meeting brief. Because, I mean, not many people can say they've fought a version of themselves from another dimension. I forgot to drag this over to my other screen. Why'd I get added? Server questions. Don't tell anyone this, but I saw... Okay, I just want to quickly show this. So this server has a server question, so I decided to do a joke. Do women exist? No, fake. Not only they are confused, the only real one of those fantasies. And this one. Or Garth. Don't tell anyone this, but I saw one in the woods last night. Find that funny. And Limbus don't even pay him well, so yeah. Well, I don't think Limbus pays anyone well. Yeah. I know for sure they ain't paying Dawn shit. They probably gave her a contract with payment and she probably refused the money. So either that or she's wasting it. However, La Manchlin was largely unknown and invisible to the public until 2 months ago, and the raw materials that make up this amusement park is... We know all this already, just get on with it. P Corp has the responsibility to share significant information to all participants of this mission. And like I said, we all have more than sufficient information, got that? Let's stop wasting time and... You seem to be under a rather severe misconception. Of course, I'm sure some of my present company are consummate professionals with the skills and grit most people wouldn't dare scoff at. Well, you would have to be that's actually a good point. Do they pay him? Yeah, that is actually a good point. Would they... What... Do they pay Dante? And if they do pay Dante, how much money does Dante make? But the truth is most of you are fodder, common as muck, painfully average, garden variety bargain bin fixers who are most likely going to meet their dirty filled miserable ends while stuck on urban nightmare duty their whole career. That's all you'll ever be. Most of you will fall by the wayside before this path leads to you anywhere or even passing significant, let alone joining the ranks of grade 1 fixers like myself. Some, maybe 1 or 2 of you may take it to grade 1, sure, but I can guarantee that you won't even dare dream of getting anywhere near the red gazer's greatness. Yeah, that might be actually... That's actually a pretty decent thought. Yeah. Well, I mean... I haven't read the book that PM made for him. But considering the kind of stuff he's credited with, I think he's pretty much earned the deriding. Or people deriding him. Because, I mean, not many people can say that they killed someone that can warp reality to their will. Maybe your best will be the honor of dying next to him, feeling the disparity between yourself and those who are at the top of the city. The grin on the fixer's faces quickly fade away as the boisterous fixer fell dead silent. Blimey, so that Han fixer is almost right up there with the guy there. or at least somewhere right beneath his level.
그래도
Yet the red gaze shan't be outdone by a mere grade 1 fixer.
그러니 꼴사납게
So
자만하지
now your places and pay attention to the briefing. Thank you for your cooperation. Now let's see. The reason for Lamanchlin's sudden appearance here is yet to be explained, though its influence is still confined to the back streets. The uniqueness of Lamanchlan poses a tangible threat to P-Corp merely by its existence. That is true. But colors are very strong. I mean, the Black Silence alone took on multiple organizations by himself in a single night and crippled them. And Virgilius has killed very powerful stuff, and the Red Mist took on an Arbiter and won. Not many people can say they did that. And Arbiters are fucking strong. One took down an entire corporation by themselves just to make an example out of them. And I'm not even talking L-Corp. I have just random bits of PM lore just known in my head. But undoubtedly we are gonna fight an Arbiter at some point, considering, yeah. Oh yeah, no, they see him as a grade 9 fixer. Out of anything, people would be scared of him. Because, I mean, not many people can say that they fucked up so much stuff and killed so many people without permission that they were demoted from a color all the way down to a grade 9. Yeah, totally, dude. The local housing market hit rock bottom and continues to crash, didn't it? The fixers from earlier, the one who tried to stop us from entering the scene before scuttling away, slowly slid up to us and began chatting us up. Most of us ignored him, but Honglu responded to him in a kindly voice. Oh, is that right? Yeah, it was insane when that thing showed up here for the first time. It appeared in the middle of a dense, populated center. It was like two hells in one, all that screaming, all of the blood, and he's way too nice to ignore even this dude. Two hells in one, what a beautiful phrasing. Well, P-Corp buildings are well known for their elasticity, so while they all got bent along the newly manifested phenomenon, they didn't like crumble or anything. Anyways, when Lamanchlan suddenly appeared there, pulsing and pushing away all the buildings that used to be there, people got crushed and a bunch of buildings got bent. There were really a lot of survivors for something so devastating, all thanks to P-Corp's singularity, which keeps the people inside the buildings safe. They set up a 3-kilometer radius buffer zone to limit any construction in the area where it manifests, but oh yeah, no, I will, if she does kill him, I will be very happy. I cannot wait for this man's demise. I hope he distorts. Just 3 kilometers. Buildings utilizing P-Corp singularity have a very high level of elasticity, meaning that buildings made using their technology are very unlikely to collapse or fall apart in response to shock. It is probably that they have decided that it would be safe enough to let the 3 of Lamanchlan slightly overlap with the residential zone. Well, you know what they say, P-Corp can make a safe home anywhere. So imagine the shock when all of the disasters happen. They only claim to fake and crumble the faith in their technology growing shaky. No wonder the real estate market crashed through rock's bottom around here. Oh yeah, I'm only gonna do, after this one, I'll do one more of these things, and then I'm gonna have to go. I mean, it was so bad that the local banded together and stormed Lamanchlan, pickets and all. So that's what those banners were about, huh? As you can all see, La Manche Land presents itself as an extravagantly decorated amusement park. One of the most common testimonies from the report state that there is a 8-kilometer range radius from the epicenter in which people have been hearing disembodied music of sorts. Several curious civilians drawn by the music approach it. Most of them are yet to return. Okay, well that's good. So, is it possible that the music holds hypnogenic qualities? That is indeed a possibility. We won't be ruling out too many. Visitors have ignored the obvious warning signs and perimeter tapes to call it a coincidence. Possibly erring on the side of caution, we and the relevant individuals will be equipping ourselves with earplugs. What must we do once this La Manche Land materializes? Once you enter this perimeter, you will have to ready yourself for imminent combat. There aren't any kindly periods given away. Balloons, no amusement park employees popping popcorn, no staff members greeting you with a welcoming song. Only blood fiends. Blood fiends, they're real? Haven't you heard about the Blood Red Knight, that infamous star of the city? Some people say that the Blood Red Knight was actually a real powerful blood fiend. Yeah, and people say a lot of stuff, you know how rumors spread in the city. I bet it wasn't anything too crazy, yada yada yada. Rumors, you've never known how resilient those devastatingly powerful and stubborn the Blood Red Knight was. You ignorance, you do not have the right to talk about that thing so lightly. Yes, the only thing you'll find in there are blood bags and blood fiends that turned them, sharpening their fangs to fill their Varen's hunger with your blood. Here's a detail I was going to share earlier before I was cut off. The raw material that make up every structure within La Manche Land is human blood. Human blood dating back over 200 years in the past. Blood fiends can make amusement parks out of blood. Oh, now I'm looking forward to this. If it's only blood fiends we're finding there, I'm sure they'll waste no time making mincemeat out of the greenhorns. Yeah, is it just me, or would a super soaker be very useful for this operation? Because I'm pretty sure that blood fiends don't like water, so a super soaker would be very useful. Is that how all fixers talk? Oh yeah, you could also mix salt water into it, so it's even more painful. So you guys talking about blood fiends reminds me a lot of how Ishii used to talk about the Great Lake. Hey, you can't blame us for being on edge all the time when the smallest mistake could cost us our lives, not to mention how irritating it is when others won't even understand the dangerous doesn't like no tomorrow. True, but at the very least it could give you some breathing room. Get them a bit further away from you. Don't doze thanks to some sod who's been constantly stepping on my foot. What a nice weather today, huh? Sinclair's the one stepping on his foot. It was Sinclair, yep, who was stepping on his foot at the rather forcible behest of Ishmael, but I held my silence. The last thing I wanted was to have two of them bickering again. G'day to lookalike. Anyway, if you manage to survive for 6 hours within La Manche Land, the music announcing the closure of the park will start playing. We were able to cross-reference this fact from testimony of every fixer and civilian who managed to make it out alive. Once the exit song starts playing, you will have 30 minutes to exit La Manche Land. Should you fail to do so, you'll be trapped inside La Manche Land until it manifests here again, effectively putting you in an endless battle against the blood fiends. That is true. But again, if you've got a bunch of blood fiends in an area like La Mancheland, one of those helicopters that drop a shit ton of water would be really good. If anyone even survives that long. There also were eyewitness reports where some fixers identified missing people aboard certain amusement park rides, but that's not an important detail for those who are present. Based on testimonies and reports from the survivors, we have been able to establish a map of La Manche lands comprised of 4 separate areas. No one has yet to make it to the final area, which is located here. However, we were able to identify that a certain device in each area, Area 1, 2, 3 respectively, had to be activated first in order to unlock the final area. The devices within Area 1, 2 have been activated in the past, but no one has managed to activate the one in Area 3 just yet. Understood, I suppose we should beeline to Area 3 to save some time then. No, it appears that devices reset when La Mancheland disappears. In other words, we will have to divide and conquer, team up with other fixers, choose an area to tackle. I see, split up, activate our respective devices, and rendezvous at the final area. Assuming that every team successfully activates the devices they're responsible for. Correct, we suspect that the key to solving La Mancheland problem lies within its final area. Is there something you'd like to share? Isn't it funny that we have to go activate some kind of device in each section of La Mancheland to unlock the final area? It's kind of like a game, isn't it? Like they're given those who dare to challenge the might of La Mancheland stages to beat conditions to fulfill. We know what the Blood Fiends are thinking. Those monsters are born twisted. Hannah, we have something we'd like to confirm. The Zhui Association is here to rescue our client, not for the eradication reward. Don't you mean the Zhui and the Shi? Don't leave me out. Therefore, the Zhui and Shi have no reason to enter the Shri areas and activate those devices. I suppose you could take over from here for the sake of accuracy. Oh sure. Right, I'm sure you all have your own reasons for being here, yes. Therefore, we at P Corp set up an eradication dividend fund, which means that we will be giving out the reward money based on how much you have contributed to the eradication of La Mancheland. Assuming a successful outcome, that is. If your goal isn't to eradication of La Mancheland, then feel free to roam on your own to fulfill your respective contracts, as long as you acknowledge that you won't be receiving any payout from the fund upon successful completion of this expedition. You are free to do as you will. However, we would also like to request that you submit a copy of the contract so that we are aware of its details. Understood, I will hand it over as soon as this meeting adjourns. Speaking of which, I'd like to take the opportunity to declare something. If you, and I mean if any of you, intend to ride our coattails to pilfer more the reward you deserve, I'll hunt you down too. Got that? Ladies and gentlemen, I can attest that he isn't one of the empty shreds. Can't promise I'll be able to stop him. He sure is intense. I understand that a lot of money hinges on this contract. However, remember that our primary objective remains to minimize casualties and prevent further disappearances, leaving some of that selfishness behind and cooperate with for the greater good. I would really like to see what a grade 1 fixer of Fang Hunt would look like. That'd have to be pretty interesting, especially if you're a grade 1 vampire hunter. You'd probably be able to pull off some Helsing-like shit. Fine, I'll cooperate if that's even possible. The Han fixer did not contradict him. She was the kind of person who wouldn't hesitate to put her foot down. She could easily force us to cooperating, but it seems that she wouldn't keep us from infighting if it didn't come to that. G'day, White Crane. Don Quixote was the only one passionately nodding along to her advice. So who's going with whom and which area? Jishun, Honglu's little sister, who had been listening quietly to the briefing, raised her hand with a question. You will be assigned to team and area based on our internal data analysis of your individual capabilities, potentials, and alignments. So we should probably avoid overcrowding, huh? Such as saddling us a group of dozen or some people, for example. We intend to avoid bottlenecking too many people in the same area. She is not hiding her disdain at all, huh? Well, it's not like we're wanted here to tag along. If there are no further questions, I'll be assigning you all the team and area pairs. Fucking gremlin. Every single fixer in the room whipped around to look at Don Quixote and her bellow roar. Perhaps it was sheer fervor in her voice, or perhaps they were simply annoyed by her asking that one last question when the boring briefing was almost over. Oh, please don't tell me this is actually happening. Boy, that actually woke me up this time. No, this might be the best time to go back to sleep, bud. Would have resulted in a summary execution back in the day. And the question is, Hark, it appears that the information on the greatest important missing from the briefing. Is it a moment, please? Alieso began flipping through the briefing, flustered. When shall the rescue operation for the victims of this terrible amusement park commence? I believe that an operation of such grand scale may be difficult to accomplish only with the help of Sir and Ladies of the Rainshi Association. Hey, isn't that like a character you're playing or something? That's no mainstream at all. I like it, though I gotta say, playing a character's a bit old-fashioned. At least I know that my viewers won't enjoy something like that. It appears that there has been some misunderstanding. Our contract has nothing to do with rescuing the visitors, let alone all of them. Our contract is a search and rescue operation for a specific visitor requested to us by our client. Then, whoever shall make up the rescue parties for the rest of the victims. Is she for real? Where did these idiots come from? Dude, let me see. Unless you have been specifically contracted to rescue someone, I recommend that you pursue the mission person's flyers for the rewards. Yet, it is not the promise of the rewards that I desire. So many valiant fixers are gathered here, yet none. I don't want to read that. Yeah, their shields, alright. The iron shields of whoever enters an official contract against with them. Oh geez, that's enough play around. Do you even have any idea what you're who you're talking to? She's a bit beyond a bit crazy. She's extremely... To be fair, she has the same kind of vibe as some autistic people I've met. So I would say that she is extremely autistic. She is beyond neurodivergent. She has a new kind of brain. She is a classification of autism all to herself. I am very well aware Young Kamiyoshi Association Sector 3 frequent features of Fixer Monthly Magazine Current 7 in the Fixers I Want to Have Dinner With contest. So you know your... Wait, I'm only 7? Well, that's not important right now. If you're so knowledgeable about the Fixers, then I'm sure you know this as well. That I, as a Fixer of the Association, am not one to waste breath on mere words. When we want to settle something or make a statement, we duel, an official duel to the death. Then, wilt thou heed mine words? Should I best thee in a duel? What? Shalt I best thee in a duel? Will thou swear on thine honor that thou shalt assist us in rescuing mission for those who have gone missing? Wait, are you seriously challenging me to a... No. I, Don Quixote, perforce shall not silently forsake creed. I hereby challenge thee to a duel. Things were quickly starting to spiral out of control. Almost panicked, I glanced towards Virgilius. Yeah, he ain't doing shit. But I couldn't read his expression. He was simply staring at us with indiscriminable silence. Silence that almost felt like warmth. Somehow I found myself getting more intimidated by this than outward anger. Okay, then I'll end this briefing here. It can be determined from prior experiences that it will be impossible to stop the presently developing situation. Yep. Hopper's dilated rolls further than steep angles, clear refusal to heed any external input. Our attempts to coax her will not be met with any meaningful response. So she's lost it. I neglected to mention this earlier at the lot to Dante on account of the lack of prying eyes. I recommend against turning your clock when the eyes of every fixer participating in the case are watching us intensely, especially for a duel in which there is very little benefit to be gained. This includes summoning identities from different worlds or use of ego. Well, yeah, but it's not like we won't be using them once we get inside, right? I don't see what's wrong with. Just as I was trying to convince Faust otherwise, Don Quixote stepped in and Rizzled shook her head. Nay, worry not, 'tis an unnecessary crutch. Seriously? Oh no, she is definitely dead. A duel against a member of the association must be fair and just. Never did I intend to borrow thy strengths, Manager Esquire, for this hollowed battle of mine. Fine. Sucks that I don't have my fans here to watch me whip the floor with you, but I'm sure someone here will spread the story by word of mouth. I won't show my gauntlet out of pity and guard petty nerve. Are you gonna battle inside the tent? Yeah. Oh, I only got one attack. That is a neutral 770. Is Don canonically as strong as this guy? Time to 1v1, yep. Neutral, struggling. Hopeless, struggling. I'll use that struggling. Then I'll get a dodge on that. Got a good stabbing. Wonder if I can beat this guy. Struggling unopposed. Struggling. So, struggle. And at the very least I can get 2 hits in. For justice. Wonder if I can actually beat this guy. Nope. I'm gonna lose this fight.
이까지 상처로는 본인을 굴복시킬 수 없다네.
Oh no, definitely. The one on the warp train could easily defeat him. I'm pretty sure that was a second kindred or a third, and that would be bloody strong. 'Tis but a light wound, thou art surely mistaken, if thou truly believe that such meager wounds could... That was definitely more than just a light wound, it was outright crippling, if not fatal. Camille wasn't all talk after all, he moved at an impressive speed and precision, living up to his boasts. I couldn't bear to look at Don Quixote squirming in pain, but turning the clock here would leave an even greater wound in her heart. 'Tis not the end. What a waste of my blade. I'd rather not have
이런
others
싸움이 소문나면
hear of this duel. They'll think I'm bullying some poor amateur. Be right back. Okay, I'm gonna have to quickly end this.
그만해라.
That's enough, Camellia. This is not a crime. No waste of victims. Yeah, but attitude needs to correction. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this. Unfortunately, my time frame has been cut short. Oh yeah, that was my ringtone. My ringtone is the 40k, is a 40k sing. Or Warhammer 40k. Anyway, I'm just gonna do a quick 10 pull on this, because I might as well.
이쪽에 아직 먼지가 남아 있네요.
Go on, Ishmael. And I got a Heathcliff.
도망쳐봤자 헛수고다. 퍼져나간 탄환이 어디에서든 네 머리통을 화려하게 터뜨릴 테니.
Yeah, I'll read it. I'll have to read it next stream.
관리자님, 최선을 다해
Got
지켜드릴게요.
Jouet, South Sector, Sinclair. Cool. Anyway, I've got to quickly recent. Yeah. Recent. Anyway, see you all next time. Goodbye.